comidas típicas brasileiras pelo mundo inteiro no restaurante Sarah ao Quadrado. You can't miss it. Hey guys, it's Sarah! Que demais! Eu nunca pude fazer isso antes. Adorei, gente! Como vocês já sabem, eu sou a Sarah Scarcelli e eu estou aqui com a Sarah da Hope Languages.
Hello!
Gente, eu trouxe o quê? Uma xará.
I'm her xará.
So, she's my namesake. She's my xará. Ela é minha xará. E nós vamos falar, gente, sobre um assunto que pega todo e qualquer brasileiro, que é como explicar aquelas comidas típicas brasileiras que não tem nome, que o gringo não sabe o que é. Como que explica isso em inglês? Como que dá um nome pra isso? Então a gente vai desvendar isso hoje, porque a Sarah, que já experimentou todos esses pratos que a gente vai falar, ela já tá expert nas comidas típicas brasileiras e a gente vai explicá-las em inglês para um gringo querer saboreá-las.
Vou tentar explicar. Não sei se eu vou descrever tudo certinho, mas eu vou tentar, né?
Ok, perfeito. A gente vai começar com coxinha.
Amo coxinha.
Eu também amo coxinha, mas o gringo não tem coxinha, né? Então, como que fala assim? Tipo, você quer comer uma coxinha? Como que a gente pode explicar pra ele o que é uma coxinha?
So I would describe a coxinha as it looks like a teardrop, and inside the teardrop is, it can be shredded chicken.
Yes.
Right? Shredded chicken. And then I think that there's like some sort of potato, mashed potato or something like that they fry, and it becomes hard on the outside, like crunchy and crispy on the outside. But when you bite into it, it's soft, and then you get a taste of the shredded chicken. And then sometimes you guys put catupiry, which is kind of like a cream cheese or like a spreadable cheese inside mixed with the shredded chicken. So it's absolutely delicious.
It is. And it was very well described.
What?
I love it. And
I've eaten a couple.
então, gente, você já viu como que é, né? Peguem os seus cadernos, porque agora é a sua chance de desvendar como que você pode escrever essas comidas pro seu amigo gringo ou quando você for pro exterior e quiser falar dessas comidas. Então você viu que ela falou teardrop, like it's in a teardrop shape, né?
Yes.
Que é como se fosse em um formato de lágrima. Olha que interessante, hein? E de que lado você come a sua coxinha? Da parte pontuda ou de baixo?
Eu acho que é parte pontuda primeiro.
Então, eu também, mas tem gente que fala que tem que comer do outro lado primeiro, que daí você segura a coxinha assim pela parte pontudinha.
Olha, a próxima vez eu vou comer assim.
Ok.
Se você faz isso, comenta. Eu quero saber.
Muito bom. Mais um salgado. Como se descreve para um gringo o que é um pastel de feira?
Amo pastel de feira. Gente, que comida brasileira eu não gosto. Pastel de feira, eu iria descrever assim. It looks like a fried patty, kind of like a Jamaican patty. So a Jamaican patty is like a half moon, but the pastel is a rectangular shape, right? So inside is some ground beef. Right? They put ground beef. That's the typical one, but there are many different types
of cheese.
Cheese, pepperoni, you guys
even
guys put
shrimp.
Everything. Shrimp too?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't had that one yet. Okay, so you can put whatever you want in this pastry or this pastel or this patty, let's say, and then they fry it, right? And then that's how they serve it to you.
Yes.
Right?
And it's also crunchy on the outside. And so like crunchy significa crocante. Então se você for explicar, por exemplo, que a coxinha pode ser crocante, que o pastel pode ser crocante, it's crunchy on the outside, soft in the inside.
Yes. And I learned too that you should always just remove maybe the corner of the pastel. You break off the corner to let the steam out before you bite into the pastry, or the patty, let's say.
Yeah. Also, what about brigadeiro, which I love?
Oh, amo brigadeiro.
It's really difficult to describe it, I think, because in the States they have like chocolate truffles maybe sometimes, but it's not a brigadeiro. It's nothing like brigadeiro. So how would you describe brigadeiro?
I would kind of say that it is like taking condensed milk and Nesquik and mixing it together. And then you can eat it either like that, once it's cooled off a little bit, or you can take it and you guys roll it into little balls, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the way that I would, the texture is kind of like a creamy texture.
I think it melts in your mouth.
Yeah, melts in your mouth. Mouth watering.
Yeah, it's mouth watering. You can say like
Mouth-watering.
mouth watering chocolate balls.
Yes, I like that. Mouth watering Brazilian chocolate balls covered in sprinkles.
Like it. Sara, e o açaí? Como descrever a experiência de tomar açaí?
Well, I've had acai a couple of different ways. I have had acai like a smoothie, like a vitamina almost.
Well, in Portuguese we would only say like suco de açaí, que seria smoothie. Acho que vitamina tem a mesma consistência.
It's like a
Mas-
little bit smoother.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had that one that you can actually drink with a straw, right? Using
Yeah.
a straw.
Straw canudo.
Canudo. But I've also had other acai that had the consistency of ice cream.
Yes.
So, and then I've seen also Brazilians put granola on top and cut pieces of banana
And
stuff.
strawberry.
Oh, I haven't had strawberry.
Really?
Yeah.
Next one we have is pão de queijo. Could we call it cheese balls?
I don't
What would
think-
you call it?
I would call it cheese balls because they're in the ones that I've had at least
Yeah.
are in the shape of little balls, right?
Yeah.
Now if you said to me cheese bread, I might even picture a loaf.
Loaf é pão de forma.
Pão de forma.
Isso.
Ah, tá.
Então, se a gente fosse falar cheese bread, talvez um gringo pensaria em um pão de tamanho de pão de forma, sabor queijo.
É.
Tipo assim.
Yeah.
Mas pra imaginar ele menorzinho, que nem a gente come de pão de queijo, seria mais cheese balls.
And then I would say that they are a little bit crunchy on the outside, but when you bite into them, they are a little bit soft and there's that hint of cheese.
Yeah.
Because it's not as though it's a stringy cheese,
Yeah.
right? There's that hint of cheese. And on the inside, it's soft.
Have you had it with like butter?
Oh my goodness, yes. And somebody
And then-
told me Nutella. I can put Nutella on my
I don't think I've had it with Nutella, but you can also have it with doce de leite.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never even put that together.
Gente, vocês comem pão de queijo com quê? How do you like to have your pão de queijo?
You guys are going to give me ideas, and then I'm going to go crazy once I get back to Canada.
And then you can come back to Brazil and try different kinds of pão de queijo.
Yeah, right?
So you can have it with ketchup, with butter, with requeijão, doce de leite.
Wow, ketchup?
Some people are going to be mad at me and say, yeah, you shouldn't have pão de queijo with ketchup, blah, blah, blah.
To each their own.
Que em português significa cada um. Não é verdade?
Ah, yeah, cada um.
Sorry, perdi meu papel que não quer ficar comigo de jeito nenhum.
Ela já perdeu esse papel 1000 vezes hoje.
Ok, Sara, feijoada. Como que você descreveria o prato da feijoada pro gringo salivar? Falar assim, eu quero feijoada.
A black bean stew.
We have two different kinds of feijoada. We have the feijoada light without like those
pig.
parts of the pig. And we have the other kind of feijoada.
I heard that those pieces really change the taste of
Yeah.
the feijoada. So the feijoada light, you would still have maybe pieces of sausage inside
Yeah.
it, right? Cut up sausage, linguiça. You would-
Isso é o que eu ia falar. Sausage, não necessariamente salsicha,
Salsicha.
e sim linguiça.
Yeah. You would also have ribs.
Aham.
Costela?
Isso.
Costela. You may have some sun-dried meat, or even we can call it jerk beef inside. So you don't have those bits, like you don't have the snout and the tail and the knee, right?
Uh-huh.
You just have other cuts of meat.
I've never had feijoada with like those other parts of the pig. I've only had it
The light one.
the light ones.
I've had both.
You have?
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer?
Yeah, not the fitness one. No, I like the one that has all the different parts. Mind you, I don't eat all the parts. I do separate them, but I find that it just changes the taste a little bit and it gives it that chun, that
Uh-huh.
je ne sais
Ooh.
quoi. And yeah, so I do. I separate them. I
How
don't
would
eat
you
them.
say chun in English? Que Sabe, que dá aquele tchan. Foi o que ela disse. Como
You
que
can
fala que
say
dá aquele
like
tchan?
zhuzh, or you can also say a French word that je ne sais quoi, because you don't know what it is, that flavor.
Je ne sais quoi significa
I don't know.
I don't know.
That I don't know.
Eu não sei.
Je ne
Aquele,
sais quoi.
aquele não sei.
Yeah,
Aquele não sei o quê, entendeu?
Mas je ne sais
Aquele
quoi.
tchan. Ok, muito bom. Então você diria mais como um black bean stew with...
meat. Black bean stew with pork meat. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, why not? Let's
Okay.
go with that one.
Okay, good. Let's open our restaurant.
Oh, and what would we call our restaurant? Sara Sara Feijoada.
Sarah, gente, vê se vocês aprovam o negócio.
Sarah squared.
Isso, eu gostei. Sarah ao quadrado. And last but not least, Sarah, I have to say, I've been seeing you with your caipirinhas. Okay, so caipirinha is very Brazilian. Would gringos know what it is?
Nowadays, the caipirinha or that drink is listed on our menus, but years ago, I don't think that we did have them on our menus.
Yeah.
But now it's becoming more common.
Because of Brazil.
Yeah, that's right. So
Okay.
yeah, I would say it's a Brazilian drink mixed with sugar, with lime, a little bit of ice,
Yeah.
cachaça, which is made from sugar cane. And Brazil is really known for their sugar cane. And they also, I've had some places, they have sugared the rim. So
Sugared the rim?
yeah, so what they'll do is they'll take the cup and they'll put it
Oh.
in sugar so that the rim of the cup gets sugared. And then once you take a sip, you're actually taking a sip of a little bit of sugar too in your...
Oh, I've never had it like that. Sarah, you mentioned sugar cane. Have you noticed that in Brazil, sometimes when we have our pastelzinho de feira, sometimes we have caldo de cana. Have you seen it before?
Pastel na feira e caldo de cana.
Aham.
Fechou.
Então você já experimentou?
Amo.
Também é típico nosso.
É.
E lá fora, eu nunca vi. Você já viu, assim, caldo de cana?
E a gente não tem costume de beber caldo de cana em casa. Só que tem algumas pessoas e culturas que também bebem caldo de cana, como os chineses.
Oh, ok.
Então, às vezes, a gente acaba indo pro bairro que talvez tenha um senhor que tá fazendo esse suco e você
Sim.
pode pegar um copo. Mas nos nossos supermercados e tal, não é raramente que
Sim.
você vai ver um suco.
E
assim.
como que eles chamariam esse caldo de cana? Tipo sugar cane juice?
Yeah, sugarcane juice. That's the way I would describe it to somebody. It is the juice from the sugar cane, right? So
Okay.
I would say sugarcane juice.
Love it. Awesome. We've covered so many typical Brazilian foods and you can describe it now to your friends. They will probably want to try it.
They'll maybe even want to come to Brazil, right?
Yes. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you for
helping
having
me
me.
explain.
I love Brazilian food, and I'm probably going to go back a couple pounds heavier because of my trip. But that's life, right? You only live once, and I'm really having a blast here in Brazil. And all of the stuff that we talked about today is stuff that I've tried. And so if I can help you explain it to another gringo, I would want that gringo to try it too, because they would be
Yeah.
missing out.
Yeah, it's really, really delicious. I love it. Alright, so guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out her channel
Yeah.
and follow her on social media as well. And if you have any questions, just let us know. We might shoot something else sometime in the future. Who knows?
Yeah.
You can come back and we can try different things and
Yes. You can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube under Hope Languages.
Okay.
So if you're interested, check me out there.
okay. Well, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next week or every day on social media as well. Bye guys.